let's get ready together, shall we? I thought today we could just get ready and have a little life catch up. I feel like it's been a really long time since I did this, and I did my makeup for my monthly favourites, and you guys, loads of you asked for a tutorial, so I thought I would just do the same makeup again. If you see this little red burgundy purple streak, I did a patch test last night. I think I'm gonna go back to a burgundy red. I know it has been like 4 months that I've been blonde, but as soon as I went blonde, it just didn't feel right. So you may already have seen me a redhead, because I might do it today and this video won't go up until next week. So that could be a life update. I might be a redhead again. It's a shame because I like my hair today. Some days I like the blonde and some days I hate the blonde. It's just, I don't know, man. Anyway, let's get ready and catch up on life. I've already done my skincare. Skincare is on, so let's start with a primer. I'm gonna start with my Vive Skin Nova. So by the time this video goes live, we're probably gonna have a couple of updates for you. We have some changes happening around here, which is very, very exciting. Not just my hair color, but we'll get onto that. Let's focus on the makeup for a second. I've already slicked up my eyebrows. For my foundation today, I believe I was wearing the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear, because it is my Project 10 pan. It is just what I wear most days. I'm at the end of this. I literally take a little eyeshadow brush and I swirl it around and I draw it on, because we are on its last legs. It won't go through the pump anymore. So spoiler alert, we might have another empty by next month. This is the shade Stromboli. I go between Stromboli and Barcelona. I'm gonna blend it in with a beauty blender. So the main update, I guess, which you hopefully have already heard about / seen, is that I am moving offices. I'm not moving house, but I am moving offices. We are gonna have our own Project Me headquarters and studio, which is just like, I cannot even describe to you how excited I am for it. I'd say it's incredibly, incredibly needed. It is a risk. Obviously, we've only been open for 3 months. We are very young. We're literally just starting out. Like, we are not an established brand, and it totally is a risk. But there are so many reasons why I think it is the right time. It is absolutely the best thing for us right now, especially the best thing for me. I think me as a person, I need it. So obviously, Project Me is run from this room. You can see my shelves behind me, you can see my packing supplies behind me, like everything is done from this room, which for the first few months has been fine. Honestly, it's not at any point been ideal, because obviously this is where I normally used to film my beauty videos and my fashion videos and like reels and TikToks. I film all of my content in this room, and I've basically evicted myself from this room otherwise. I'm mixing the Hourglass and the HMB under my eyes. I have completely evicted myself from my own office for anything other than Project Me. Like, there is no space in this room whatsoever. It's where all my makeup is, and I have my makeup desk, but my camera has to face this way because of the windows. So the background is all Project Me. So if you're somebody who follows me just for beauty and fashion content, there is constant reminders that Project Me exists in the background, which, I mean, is great for my marketing, but not so great for my aesthetic. And also, it's made me not want to film at all because of the state of this room at all times. It is completely full. Boxes at all times, clothes at all times. And it means that every time I film, I have to pack away my packing supplies. Really inconvenient. And for Christmas, we have loads and loads of new products coming, like loads of new, like big, bulky items that take up a lot of space. We are fully pushing it as it is with just t-shirts. You know, if I'm just gonna ever launch one t-shirt at a time for the rest of our existence, then sure, that is fine. But that's not what's happening. That is not the plan or the trajectory. We have some huge deliveries arriving over the next month, and it kind of hit me. Like, I came in here the other morning and I was literally like, I can't move in here. I wanted to film a video and I can't bring myself to to do it. It's just such a cramped space for two businesses to run out of. And obviously I have Scarlett coming here working twice a week, and it's just not a lot of room. And I'm very, very lucky to have a whole room for both of those things. I know loads of people when they first start out are doing things in their living room and doing things in their bedroom, and I completely understand that. I'm, even at the state I'm at right now, in a really privileged position to start a business, you know, I completely get it. But for my mental health, for my growth as a business, you know, for my comfort, at one point in my life managed to find some sort of work-life balance, it was important to me that I got out, and I thought it might be something for the new year. But honestly, with Christmas coming up and knowing now, like, my living room is currently full of boxes, I've had to just keep them all in my living room so that I could film this video, because otherwise the background would be about 50 boxes. I am swimming in cardboard here, and honestly, it's starting to really take its toll. I love Project Me, I love doing it, I love the excitement of packing orders and everything arriving, but having it all from my house means that I'll be packing orders at like 1 a.m. I'll just wake up and I'll randomly want to reorganize my shelves at like 4 a.m. and like my work-life balance is just non-existent. And it's also massively affecting the vlogs because, you know, I want to do studio vlogs, but my studio is my office. My weekly vlogs just feel like studio vlogs. There's no separation is what I'm trying to say. And my beauty room is no longer my beauty room, so I don't have the space to feel like I can be creative with my makeup videos or fashion videos because there is no space. So I haven't been filming anything. Basically since Project Me started, I haven't really been filming any beauty content at all. And I want to do both. I want to do it all, you know? I'm going to use my Be Perfect bronzer. If I can find a brush. Shall I zoom you in a little bit? Be Perfect bronzer. I went for a very chiseled cheek. The shade Sand is like my perfect contour colour because it is pretty cool toned but not grey. It's got like a little bit of warmth to it. I'm loving it, and that's why it's in my 10 pan. So for the past 2.5 weeks, I have been viewing rental spaces, so studio spaces, but it is so expensive. Like it is so expensive, and I have been kind of freaking out a little bit. Obviously, like I said, it's only been like 3 months, so we are really, really new, and it is just such a big risk, you know, expanding out from the comfort of my home where, you know, it's kind of a lower risk. It just makes it feel a whole lot more real and quite scary, but in like a super exciting way. I have been looking at different places and I was getting super disheartened because nothing felt right. Like the biggest thing that I was asking for was windows. I need a lot of light. My flat is a very dark flat. I have big windows, but the way that the sun rises and sets and the buildings around me means I actually don't get much light in this flat. Like right now I'm filming with 2 studio lights and I have a huge window in front of me that's just letting in very little light, especially at this time of year. I want to film obviously all my content there for the shop. So for me, having lots of light is really important. It obviously needed to be within our budget, and nothing that I was looking at was in our budget. I had a size that I needed, and honestly I just felt like what I was looking for just didn't exist. I'm also just going to conceal the ends of my brows. So yeah, I was looking and looking and looking. Every place had something wrong with it. It got to the point last week where I was like, I'm giving up. Like maybe I'll just push through this one Christmas and live in boxes. Maybe I'll store some in my dad's basement if I need to. Like I was just feeling like incredibly defeated, honestly. So it's gonna be a really long video because I am rambling and I've only done my concealer. I've been obsessed with the e.l.f. powder. This e.l.f. powder that I said looks like the Hourglass Mineral Veil. It's really good. I'm just gonna press it under my eyes. I use the shade Light and it's so brightening and smoothing, but it just keeps your skin with that glow that I love. I'm just going to use my NYX brow pencil and fill in the tail. Anyway, to cut a long story, which it has been a long story, short, I was completely like disheartened. I was freaking out. I was like, fine, we'll just make it work for another 6 months or whatever. But every day I was continuing to look online looking for places local to me because I wanted to stay local. My goal, my ideal was to be able to walk there. And loads of the places I was looking at were like equal distance between my house and the gym, so I could like walk straight from there to the gym. And then I found one that I really liked and I was like, oh my god. And the thing is like I'd been disappointed. Like I had kind of had my heart set on some places and then it got to negotiations and money and I was like, okay, no, like clearly I've set my expectations of what I can get really high, like too high. So I was just feeling super down. And then last week I was scrolling and looking at what was available because I check every day. This studio came up that was new on the market. I hadn't seen it yet. I immediately sent it to my dad. This looks kind of promising. You know, it looked like it was within our budget and just by looking at it online, it looked pretty perfect. I didn't get my hopes up at all. Right, let me start on the eyes. So on the eyes, I of course used my Soft Glam palette from my Project 10 pan. So in the crease, I'm gonna go in with Orange Soda. I'm then gonna put Hoola Bronzer through and then I'm gonna go in with Dusty Rose. It's a very simple look, so this is more of a get ready with me than a tutorial. I didn't want to get too excited, but I booked in a viewing for the next day. Some of the viewings my dad came with me, some of the viewings Scar came with me, and for this one I wanted them both there because I don't really know why, I just had a feeling about it. Like I really do get feelings about places. Like when I stepped into this house I'm in right now, my flat, I was like, this is it, I need to have it. I just get that like fuzzy feeling, like intuitive feeling like this is right for me. I was getting it a bit just from looking at the pictures online, but like I said, I've been let down, I've been disappointed, so I didn't want to get my hopes up too high because I really didn't want to feel like upset or let down because I was getting genuinely very, very discouraged and like defeated about the whole situation. Going in with Hoola. So we went the next morning and obviously met the estate agent. And we also met the owner who would be renting me the property. I'm so glad he was there because when I was looking at this flat, the owners also came round. They arrived. They were just coming round to get something. Like they weren't there to meet me. They just happened to be there. I honestly think that that is what sold me this flat because I met them. I talked to them. I told them what I wanted. I told them they saw how excited I was in person. And I genuinely think it made the world of difference, me actually meeting them and them meeting me, more importantly. I went downstairs and I was like, you know, I'd really, really like to meet him. And I told him about the shop and what I do. And he was, you know, really interested in it. And it's a studio that's made up of a few different businesses. And I'm completely different to all of the other businesses. They're like studios, like yoga studios and things like that. I'm going in with Dusty Rose now. I'm a different vibe of business, you know? So I wanted to also kind of clarify with him that that was okay with him. We're not a particularly loud company because we don't have like machines or anything like that. But, you know, I'll be vlogging, I'll be talking all day, etc. So I just wanted to really clarify with him that, you know, it's something that he was okay with. And he was like, yeah, sounds great. So this morning I sent over my references and I'm waiting on a contract. Hopefully, if everything today goes smoothly, we are moving in on Monday. Today is Friday. So from viewing it on Tuesday to today, hopefully it's happened in 6 days. I'm just so relieved and also so excited to have like a new space. Tempera and Orange Soda are going on the lid. I've worked from home since I was 21 or 20. So that's like 6 years I've been self-employed, working from home, working by myself. And as much as I love it and I'm so grateful that I'm able to do it, like, trust me, I don't think I'd function very well in a standard 9 to 5. I just don't think... I wasn't good with school. I just don't think it's for me. I'm so grateful for it, but it does mean that I'm alone all the time. My work-life balance is non-existent. I vlog my life for my work. I work where I live. And the reason for me setting up Project Me was to have something a bit separate. Like obviously I'm gonna vlog about Project Me and I make videos about Project Me and it is still online and it's still all social media based, etc. But it's not about me so much, it's about the products, and it's about, you know, building something that's different and bigger than I am, hiring people and exploring this whole new set of skills that I need to have. Like I've never been a boss before. I am in communication with so many more people, like manufacturers and deliveries, and it's just so many new hats that I've never had to wear before. And I felt like keeping it all here, as much as me doing it is doing the things that I wanted. It's making me grow, it's making me expand, it's making me try new things and take risks. It's also feeling a bit stagnant being here. And the fact that it is affecting my YouTube channel because I can't film the videos I would normally want to film, and my Instagrams and my reels and everything. I've made it to be separate and I needed it to be separate. So I'm so happy. I'm using the Vive Power Ink liner. I made Project Me for something separate, but it doesn't feel that separate right now. I'm gonna do a semi-big liner. So for me, this is like really needed for the business, but also, like I say, for my mental health. Having somewhere to go every day will be so new for me and so different, somewhere that's not the gym. And like getting up and going to work and doing my work at Project Me and then coming home and doing my EmmasRectangle work and having that sense of separation is just something that I am so excited about. Having the space to grow and actually be able to permanently have a packing station set up and actually having enough storage for the products that we're releasing. And if I do eventually get more help, or if Scar comes and works with me more than the amount of hours she's doing now, it just feels more official rather than her just coming and sitting in my living room, sitting on the sofa. Like it feels like an actual hub and somewhere for us to work. Go there and work rather than two friends at my house talking about a project that we're doing. It's like, no, if you come here, you're hanging out at mine. And if we go there, we're working. And having that separation for us as well as friends, I think will be really good. I'm going to put a bit more Dusty Rose just under the eye. I'm using the Rare Beauty highlighter to highlight my inner corner. I'm just going to pull it up as well, like that. God, I have a meeting in an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to look so overdone. Also going to highlight under that brow. I'm just going to really quickly throw on some mascara and a lash because this video is going to be super, super long, and then I'll come back and finish the look. Mascara and lashes are on, my friends. Honestly, the lashes kind of make the whole look because it's basically just a big old winged liner. But these are the Tatti Lashes X Jamie Genevieve lashes, and I cut them right down, and this is them cut right down. They're big boy lashes. So we're going to contour first with Hoola. We want sharp contour, and of course the nose. I have 3 blushes currently that I'm loving, but I think the one we're going to go for today is the Amelia Olivia X Glow Milk from the Beauty Crop. How could I forget one of the most important steps? I've mentioned it in my favorites. I'm loving a shimmery bronzer, so I'm going to use Hoola Glow to bronze my forehead. I just love that it adds, I mean, you can barely even tell, but it just adds a bit of warmth, but it just adds like a radiant glow. So this goes on the tops of my cheeks and just adds such a nice Tuesday. Now we're gonna go in with the blush. I love a red lip and a pink blush. You barely need any. That's too much. I literally need the tiniest bit of this. And I love putting this on after I've powdered because it adds the glow back. Because as you can see, it is a serum blush and it just adds colour and also like an actually dewy texture. Can you see that? And then I was talking about my love for the Superstay powder. This is when it comes into its own. So I take a powder puff and a tiny bit of this, and I just use this to mattify wherever I really want to be matte, but also carve out and highlight. So I take it under my cheekbone and just here, kind of diffuse this edge and really just accentuate this line. And it also just looks so good under the eye. So I do this before I highlight, and before I spray with my setting powder. And if you brought that dewy blush a little bit too far in so it looks a bit unflattering, it just kind of helps to mattify right there where it's more unflattering to have a really shiny area. You know, when you smile, I don't like here to be shiny, I like here to be shiny. Now, setting spray. I use loads of different setting sprays. Let's just go for the Vitamin Babe today. Let's put on some lipstick. So I had a bright red lip on, so I'm going to start with Chestnut from MAC, because when I'm doing a red lip, I like a darker lip line. So I start at the Cupid's bow and at the bottom, because that's where I want the most shadow to be, because I don't really have much of a Cupid's bow. I soften it as I go round. And then I believe on the lip, I was wearing my favorite red, the Revlon Matte 007 On Fire lipstick. It's an orange toned red. I love an orange toned red with a cool toned eye. It's very 50s. It's just so good. And then I'm just going to use a powder highlight, my Rare Beauty. This is the shade Exhilarate. And I love a shiny forehead. Just on the top of the brow here. I'm also just going to top up the inner corner where it might have faded a bit, and also highlight the nose. And that is the finished look. Release the mane. Well and truly maining right now. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here is the look that I was wearing in that video. It's really not that complicated. It's a pretty straightforward look, but you guys were asking what products I used, and that was them. So yeah, the update is we're moving into our own studio, Project Me HQ. I can't wait to film the moving journey and setting up the office and making it a cute, fun, girly little workspace for me and Scar. I'm so excited about it. It has added a little new level of pressure to the business to actually make money and be successful, because now we have things to pay for other than products. We have to expand to grow, and if it's not scary, it's not challenging you, and all of that good stuff. And Project Me has been a challenge so far, and I'm just going to continue to take it in my stride and try my best. So I'm really excited to share it with you, and I hope you guys are excited to have a little bit more separation between the beauty videos and Project Me, and having two separate spaces. It means that you won't just see me filming in this house all the time. I will be filming from two places. Very exciting. Mix up the vlog a little bit. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and leave your comments down below and let me know what you think about us getting an office. Are you excited? I hope you are. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.